Hey everyone, I'm Geoff Keighley with the Game Awards, and welcome to this Omen Fireside Chat. Omen by HP has been a partner to the Game Awards for the past 5 years, and we've done a lot of great things together. But this year at the show, Omen by HP has some great news about how it's trying to help accelerate the art form of video games. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the new Omen Presents program. We're going to talk about the game that was revealed as part of that, Road 96 by DigitArt. And finally, we'll talk about the Omen Gaming Hub, which is something brand new that has just been announced. Joining me to talk about these things, we've got two special guests from Omen by HP. We've got Judy Johnson, and also the guy who's going to tell us a bit about his brand new game, Road 96. It's Yoan Fanise. So guys, great to have you here. Judy, let's start with you. Tell us a bit about your background and what you do at Omen by HP.
Hi, Geoff. I'm director of Omen at HP, and many people are familiar with the Omen brand, but you're probably not familiar that we make gaming notebooks and desktops and displays and accessories, mice, keyboards, and experience that makes gaming better. And that's why I'm here.
Awesome. Well, no, it's a great line of products, as you said, not just computers by any means, incredible lineup of stuff. And now adding to the mix, even helping make the software, the video games. And for that, we've got Yoan joining us all the way from France. Yoan, you and I met for the first time. We had you actually on stage at our first ever Game Awards in 2014 when you won a number of Game Award trophies. Tell us a bit about your background and your studio and the types of games that you make.
Oh, I made the studio 5 years ago, DigitArt, an indie studio, after being at Ubisoft 4 years. And I was very happy and proud to win those Game Awards at the first ceremony.
Let's talk about Omen Presents, which is this exciting new program announced as part of the Game Awards. And when I first heard about this, it felt so natural to me that Omen would want to help accelerate great games that are going to be playable on Omen devices. So, Judy, tell us a bit about how did you decide to kind of start this Omen Presents initiative and even work with Yoan and his team? Like, what was the genesis of this?
So everyone here on the Omen team at HP is incredibly passionate about gaming, and that's shown in every product that we create, whether it's the way that you hold a mouse or the way that you play on a PC. And so when we started talking about working with visionary game developers about moving gaming forward in new ways, we began what quickly became a really awesome dialogue with Yoan, and here we are now. And we couldn't be more excited about what his team and what DigitArt is creating with Road 96.
Yeah, it's a very special, cool game that he's building. And I love that HP, is bringing this to the Game Awards and celebrating it. So when we see that Omen Presents branding, what does that mean exactly, Judy?
So Omen Presents is a label that we created to present partnerships with games and developers where we support bringing visionary creators to our Omen community, as well as allowing fans to get exclusive content on top of games through our newly rebranded Omen Gaming Hub.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the Gaming Hub. We're going to talk about the game a little bit. But to lead us into that, launching a new initiative is a big thing. Why was this the game, the studio that you wanted to launch Omen Presents with? What's special about this game? And Yoan's right here, so I'm sure he'll say nice things anyways.
So as a brand, we believe that gaming's a means to progress. And we've seen this more than ever in 2020. Gaming's allowing us to connect with friends, blow off steam, find some way of escapism as well as some meaning. And so it's interesting. You now see weddings taking place in Animal Crossing. You see education in classes in Minecraft experiences, or even new cultural experiences created in Fortnite. And some of the concerts they're creating are just amazing. So on top of that, gaming is offering opportunities to create avenues of storytelling, which allows players to explore and discover by making personal decisions that changes the story, that adds a new dimension that separates gaming from any other mode of storytelling out there. So we love that vision, and we love what DigitArt and Yoan has been doing for Road 96 and what it offers, where it gives every player a chance to continually progress in an ever-evolving story where the journey is different for each gaming. So we wanted to support that vision, and we wanted to help bring it to our Omen users, as well as bring it to as wide a market as possible that offers fans and even more content from the world of DigiArts that are creating, and how we can make that available to our users.
Yeah, I think it's such a great game for you guys to start with, and I hope this isn't going to be the only game. Tell us a bit about like Omen Presents. Obviously, there's the possibility of doing more. Can you tell us? I mean, if a developer wants to be involved in this, or fans are excited about it, what can you tell us about kind of the scale and scope of what this initiative is going to be?
So we're always looking for ways to collaborate with inspired and imaginative game developers who share our values and our approach to gaming and are looking to create amazing experiences for the gaming community, and also looking to explore new ways to engage in the community through Omen Gaming Hub.
Now, to tell us about Road 96 is the game's creator, Yoan. I gotta say, every time I see you, your games, have an interesting twist or turn to them. That's what I love about it. And you are, a visionary, creative mind in the gaming space. I'm really curious just about the genesis of this game, and where did the idea start for you? Like, what was the kind of game you wanted to make with Road 96?
It was first of all, it was to make a road game, like what could be the road movie genre into video game world. That was the first question in my mind, and after that, it was how to translate those random encounters that you have when you do a road trip, and that's why we built this really complex system so that you never have the same experience. The story is always different.
Yeah, that was a thing that really struck me when I first heard about this game, is the idea of procedural narrative. And even, this year at the Game Awards, there are lots of big story-driven games, but it's a very linear experience. And I think one of the things I've seen as the next evolution of games is what Ken Levine once called narrative Lego blocks, and the idea that a story will actually evolve and play differently for players every time they go through it. So it feels like that's sort of a theme in what you're trying to do here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so Road 96 is a kind of a unique adventure that try to blend this procedural generation with narrative that is quite hard to blend, most importantly when it's handcrafted. And so you start in this game. I can spoil a bit the story if you want. You start playing as a teenager that wants to escape its country, a fictional country, and this country is in a really bad shape. It's in a brink of turmoil, and you have to reach the border. This is your only hope. And the border is thousands of miles away. It's in the mountains, very far. So basically, this is the plot.
And how are you telling the story? Like, do you have a traditional script for this? Like, how do you execute a procedural narrative?
This is very complex. It took 2 years for us to do a lot of prototyping to find a solution, a structure that works. And I could not tell everything, of course, and it's a lot of surprise for the players. But what we saw recently in the playtest is that it's different for every player, even from the start. Like the first sequence you have is not the same, because we just ask you a few questions about you, about your tastes, and with those profiling that we do, then we tailor the experience only for you.
Wow. Okay. So lots of branching narratives, it sounds like. So everyone's experience will be, everyone's ending will be different. It'll sort of be a truly unique experience.
Yeah, exactly. And also another thing that we are experimenting with that project is that we implemented some specific streamers features so that whenever they want, during a stream, they can ask their community to choose for them. So basically every choice in the game can be made by you or by your community. And you say, hey guys, choose for me. Or even sometimes some big, like really big choices you have to do, they are made by the community. We don't let you the choice. We say, no, this one is not for you. This is for your community.
Wow. Well, I love the vision of it, and that's why I was excited to have it at the Game Awards, because I think games that push the medium forward, we want to showcase at the show. And I love that, sometimes smaller studios can do that. And I think the big leap for a lot of people probably is like, wait, you're partnering with HP on this game, and I think that's it's a foreign idea, but it's really kind of exciting. Tell me, like, why? How did this come about from your end? Like, why? You could have obviously there's lots of different ways to self-publish or partner with other publishers or platforms. Why did it feel like the right fit to partner with Omen on this game?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think we decided to work with HP instead of a traditional publisher because of their values, their core values. I mean, it was very close to what we think at DigixArt, and it was good to see that in a huge company like HP. And if you look at even their Twitter account, you will see that they are very a step ahead, even for a long time, on the diversity, on the inclusivity. They are really there for a long time. So that was something that resonate a lot for us. Plus the creative freedom that they give. So basically, they came to the video game world as almost as a newbie. So even though it's a giant company, HP, and suddenly they are like very humble, very simple and curious to see how is it to create a video game. And then this approach was very nice with a lot of freedom for us. So that's really, really good.
Yeah. As you said, I love the idea of endemic partners sort of supporting the content in the industry and accelerating it and getting it out to more people at the Game Awards and other places. I wanted to bring Judy back in just to talk a bit about this, because again, you talked about all the products that you have that are more traditional hardware products, but now, moving into software, and there's obviously games, and we're going to talk about the Gaming Hub, but it feels like it's sort of all this connective tissue sort of for the community now around Omen. Is that a little bit of your vision for Omen moving forward, is that it's going to be sort of software and hardware and services and kind of all coming together in the same ecosystem?
Actually said it probably better than I could. That's exactly the vision. We know to create a great experience, you can't just have a great hardware experience or a great software experience or a great game experience. You have to bring those together to provide the best game experience, the most immersive game experience, to get the more out of your game.
Yeah, and I love that, there are obviously lots of big blockbuster games that do partnerships with, platforms, and I'm sure you guys do some of those too, but it's like the fact that you have identified a game like this, which I think, can get more attention and more eyes on it and deserves to get more eyes on it, I think is really, really positive. That you're sort of looking at the artistic value of it, right? And that's a lot of what the Game Awards about is, celebrating the artistry in games. So that's it's really exciting to me. And and I'm sure when you first connected up with HP, this was sort of, I'm sure, a bit of a surprise, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's really rare to hear people excited about exploring new horizons, new genre, almost like, when your game is not fitting in any category, sometimes it's really hard to explain it to a traditional publisher because your game is like nothing else. So suddenly you have people very curious about it that are okay to take risk with you, to say, okay, we don't know if there is a public for that, but let's try it.
Now it's time to move on to the game at hand, Road 96. Let's take a look.
Honey, is it you? How far are you from the border? Careful with the people that give you a ride. And don't travel with someone you don't know. We love you, honey.
All right, let's talk about the Omen Gaming Hub. As Judy mentioned, Omen is really combining hardware, software, and services together into an experience. So Yeah, tell us a bit about the hub. What can we expect inside of it?
So the Omen Gaming Hub is software that's available to all users. And the Omen Gaming Hub is packed full of features that allow you to elevate your gameplay. It lets you get more out of your hardware. It lets you optimize your hardware you're playing. It gives you the opportunity to earn rewards while playing your favorite games, or it makes it easier to jump directly into your games through one place instead of multiple sources. We're also unveiling a new range of features. We've got Omen Light Studio, what lets you synchronize your lighting across all of your Omen devices. We have an image gallery that hosts beautiful wallpapers and key artwork from Road 96, as well as custom ones that are being commissioned by talented creatives. And then even features like undervolting, which allows you to reduce your core CPU voltage and your power consumption without reducing your performance.
I love that you've got hardware features in there, also gaming content. You mentioned Road 96 and having some images from it in the gallery as Yoan gets closer and closer to the release of this game. How will sort of Road 96 relate to the hub? Will there be additional content in the hub from the game?
Yeah, we're really thrilled to be working with Yoan and the team at DigixArt to create a series of activities. So we're going to be having a calendar of activities throughout 2021 through the launch of the game that we can plan with the gaming community. This will include creative competitions for fans to have Easter eggs included in the game, or opportunities to get exclusive access to beta access, or additional content of the road world that's created by the DigixArt team, including wallpapers and key art showing beautiful art styles, and even choosing your own adventure books that are going to be available.
Awesome. All right. Well, there's lots of content to come. It sounds like hopefully this is just the start of the collaboration, right, Yoan?
Yeah, it is, and it's full of future opportunities for sure for us, and also I think wider for all the indie community also.
Yep. No, that's why I'm so excited about this initiative supporting independent developers. And yeah, Omen's always been a great supporter of the Game Awards, but I love what you guys are doing this year, Judy. So hats off to you for kind of continuing to support the gaming community, but also support independent developers with strong voices like Yoan and his team.
Thank you. And we're very excited about it.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, guys.